Let's see if we can turn this into this. So you caught yourself some tuna and you've enjoyed the taste of raw tuna and seared tuna and maybe some tuna salad. You've had just about enough of it and you're ready to try some smoked tuna. Well, I've got a recipe that I can share with you. It's not something you might have for an entree, but if you'd like to try some smoked tuna for an appetizer or as a condiment for a salad or something like that, this might be for you. So if you'd like to try it, follow along, and in a few hours you might have yourself some smoked tuna that you just might like. For those of you that want to get right to it, here's the recipe in a written format. For the rest of you, you can follow along on the rest of the video. So the first thing you have to do if you're going to be making the smoked tuna is to prepare a brine. And here's the recipe for the brine. The first thing is the water. It requires 6 cups of water. I'm starting off with 3 cups here. I'll put in the other 3 cups later. So we've got 3 cups of water, a half cup of kosher salt, 2/3 cup of brown sugar, juice of 1 lemon, and then a half cup of soy sauce, and 1 garlic clove, although I'm going to cheat and I'm going to use the frozen garlic. Boink. And what we'll do is we'll heat that up until it all dissolves, and then what I'll do is I'll add the other half of the water in the form of ice water to cool it off, and then we'll have our brine. So our salt and sugar is dissolved, but our solution's pretty hot, so I'll add the other 3 cups of water in the form of ice and ice water, and that should cool it down significantly. And I do that because I'm an impatient man. Our tuna's only going to be on the brine for about 3 or 4 hours. It takes the brine pretty quickly. If you want to leave it on longer, just be aware that it'll be fairly it'll take on that brine pretty quickly, so it'll have a lot of that flavor. But 3 or 4 hours is sufficient. So I've got the tuna ready to go in the brine. I've got 2 belly cuts, and I've got 4 loins. The brine is nice and cool, and I don't have anything fancy in the brine. I'm not trying to do anything. I don't want to impart any flavors other than tuna to the tuna. I'm trying to enhance the flavor of the tuna, not mask it. I'm putting it in a pitcher because I've got long loins, and it fits nicely in here. So I think it'll fit nice in here. And if I was doing steaks, I'd probably have it in something flat, but they fit nice in here. It's going to overflow a little bit, and that's fine. I'll probably have to take some brine out, but that's okay. Slide them all in there. So it's been about 3.5 hours, and time to take the tuna out of the brine. We'll give them a quick rinse. just real quick. Get the excess brine off. That's it. And then we'll dry them off a bit. All right, now we're going to put some pepper on each of them, on all sides. Run these out to the refrigerator where they can dry. Put this guy down here. No, he goes up here. And number 2 goes out in the refrigerator. There they sit for several hours. The longer you can let them dry, the better. Overnight is good. At least a couple hours. If you can only do it for a couple hours, recommend having a fan or something like that blow on them to get them nice and dry, but you want that tacky outside, and we'll see that later on. So the tuna's been drying in the refrigerator for several hours, and I took it out and let it dry in the under the ceiling fan for about an hour and a half, and it's nice and tacky, and it's ready to go in the smoker. So we'll do that. So, like I said, we'll get the smoker going. We're shooting for about 170, so we'll keep an eye on that. So I've got nice smoke coming out, and I'm around 170 degrees. Well, it's been an hour and a half. Let's see how we're doing. Oh yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there. Most definitely. All right, it's time. It's been 2.5 hours on the smoke. We did it for the first hour at 170 degrees, second hour at 190 degrees, and the last half hour at 200 degrees. And there they are in all their glory. So, how did it turn out? Well, I guess the proof of the pudding is in the eating. Well, I'll tell you right now that this is not something that you would eat as an entree. This is something that would be like an appetizer or a condiment or something like that. It slices real nice so far. I'll tell you, I wish you could smell it. The smoky, the sweetness, the smell is just amazing. On the tuna, the sweetness it's good. It's really, really good. But like I said, it's not something that you would eat for dinner. It's got a very strong flavor. It would be something that would be like an appetizer. It would pair really well with a fruit, like a pear or grapes. Another thing about it, I can't help but eat it. Another thing about it is that if you slice it, it flakes apart, and you can, if you treat it like, think about it like a sharp cheddar or a Parmesan, and you can crumble it up and put it in, mix it with a cream cheese or a cottage cheese, and put it in a food processor and make a dip with it or something like that, and put, you know, your vegetable dip. You can put vegetables in. And now something that I've done is done the same thing, mix it with ricotta, and actually put it in my made ravioli with it. So there are a lot of different things you can do with it. One of my favorite things to do with it is crumble it and put it over Caesar salad. It's fantastic, absolutely fantastic. So having said that, have fun making this, and that's all I've got.